Grace and peace, family. I hope everybody woke up feeling blessed today. All right, so the Lord took me to the good book for his message today, so I got y'all. So I was in Mark 22 to 26. Now, if you don't know, that is the story of Jesus healing the blind man. So pretty much, just to sum it up real quick, they bring the blind man to Jesus and they're like, heal him, please heal him, right? Jesus walks with this blind man and he leaves the village. He spits in his hands and touches his eyes. He asks him, can he see? He says, I see people walking around, but they look like trees. Jesus touches his eyes again. The man's sight is fully restored. He sends him home and he tells him, don't go back into the village. Now, this is a lovely story, but there are so many components of it that people just miss and skip over, and those fine details are the things that matter the most when it comes to this story. So let's get into it. The first thing to understand is, notice Jesus walked this man out of the village. He walked with him. I'm not sure if he chatted him up because I wasn't there, but he walked with him for a bit. The first time he lays his hands on his eyes, the man says he sees the people, but they look like trees walking around. This is important to symbolize because what he is saying is that his vision of these people aren't people. They are natural figures and they move. So he can't see them for what they are. This also tells Jesus that his blindness is not natural blindness. He has distorted vision, not blindness, which means he's not seeing people for who they truly are. So when he lays his hands on him the second time, the man's sight is restored, fully restored. Now, we know Jesus, he laid his hands on him the first time and would have completely did it. The reason for it having to go about 2 times was for it to be revealed that this man's perception of others was distorted. Now, once he's healed, he sends him home and he tells him, do not go back in the village. Now, he could have asked Jesus why. He did it. Believe it or not, the Lord loves you when you ask why, because you just ask him for clarity and he loves giving clarity. The reason why he was asked not to go back into the village is because his distorted vision was coming from those around him. They were using the fact that he could not see them clearly for who they truly were against him, to take advantage of him. Those same ones who were bringing him to Jesus saying, heal him, maybe didn't even believe Jesus could heal him. But they were bringing him for the sake of him probably requesting it so deeply. This also shows you how those same ones who pray for you are the same ones preying on you. You could have looked at it as, why would Jesus not want him to go back in the village? He obviously has friends, right? Those wasn't his friends. And he could have asked Jesus for some clarity so we could have understood. That was the reason why he could not see. Those people were using him. They were taking advantage of him every chance they probably could because they knew that he couldn't see them. This also goes to show you how Jesus will liberate you from some things. So he didn't just get his sight restored that day. He freed that man from bondage that he didn't even know he was in. Now this happens to all of us very regularly, where God will free us from a situation, a toxic relationship, a narrative that ain't for you, even a family dynamic that is keeping you in position, but they family. The whole point is to understand he got his freedom restored and his vision restored all at the same time. Now that man could choose to go back into the village, and most likely his vision will be distorted once again. Now it doesn't mean that he'll be blind. It just means he still won't be able to see those people for who they really are. Now, how many of us are walking back into bondage after Jesus has freed us from it? After a relationship has gone awry, your significant other done walked out the house, decided that they not going to be here no more, they don't want it, and then when they come back in, you open the door, let them right back in. Recognize when Jesus is restoring your sight, when he's allowing you to see who someone in your life really is, so that you no longer are in bondage. And sometimes we need to leave those doors closed. Don't go back into the village. Stay where you're safe. All right, y'all. Love and light and peace.